We grow up hearing this comforting idea that every single creature walking, crawling, or swimming on this earth has a specific vital role to play. It is like nature is this massive, intricate, Swiss-made clock, and every animal, no matter how small or strange, is a tiny gear that keeps the wheel of life turning. It makes perfect sense when we look at bees pollinating our flowers or cows grazing in the fields. We get that. But then you look around at the wild, and there are some creatures where you just have to stop, scratch your head, and ask, wait, why? We seriously ask ourselves, why does this thing even exist? What is its actual job description on this planet? And the big, scary question that follows. What would actually happen if it just vanished off the face of the earth tomorrow? Would anyone even miss it? This mystery gets really complicated when the creature isn't just useless looking, but actively dangerous. And honestly, snakes are the absolute poster child for this confusion. Their existence is baffling to so many of us. They are terrifying. They slither silently without legs. They have that cold, unblinking stare, and they top the charts for the most toxic animals in the world. A single bite from the wrong one can literally be lights out for a grown human being. So, how on earth could a creature that fits the description of a living nightmare possibly be useful? And if we waved a magic wand and deleted all snakes from history, would we actually be better off? Or would we immediately regret it? Welcome back to Night Question. If you are new to the family here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest deep dives into the unknown. Let's get into the belly of the beast. Biologically speaking, snakes are fascinating. They are cold-blooded reptiles wrapped in armor-like scales that protect them as they slide over rough terrain. They have no arms, no legs, no external ears, and get this, no eyelids. They literally cannot close their eyes. They just stare at you. They come in every shape and size you can imagine. You have the heavyweights, like the green anaconda, which can tip the scales at over 550 pounds, that is heavy as a large vending machine. Then you have the tiny ones that weigh just a fraction of an ounce, barely heavier than a penny. Some are massive, stretching up to 30 feet long, literally the length of a school bus, while others are just a few inches long, looking like glorified earthworms. When winter hits, they go into a state called brumation. It is like the reptile version of hibernation. They seek out warm, cozy spots to sleep through the cold. But the second the temperature starts rising in the spring, their energy spikes. They come out hungry, and that is usually when they cross paths with us humans. So, let's ask the hard question. Why are they here? What benefit do we actually get from having them around? First off, snakes are a critical link in the food chain because they play both sides of the game. They are predators and they are prey. This dual role keeps the ecosystem from collapsing. When playing the role of predator, their biggest contribution is destroying rodents. Now, you might think, okay, big deal, they eat a few rats. But let me tell you a story from down in Florida that proves just how huge this is. There was a group of folks working at a pet shop in a specific neighborhood. They noticed a bunch of snakes living in the cracks and crevices nearby. Being terrified, they decided to go to war. They got the locals involved and essentially wiped out the entire snake population in that area. They thought they had won a great victory. For a while, everything was peaceful, but then reality hit hard. The rats realized their natural enemy was gone. The area was hit by a massive, uncontrollable explosion of rodents. We are not talking about a few mice. We are talking about thousands of rats eating everything in sight. They chewed through electrical wires, destroyed insulation, and compromised the structural integrity of buildings. This wasn't a quick fix. This plague lasted for 2 whole years. The residents spent thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours trying to fix the damage and trap the rats. They learned the hard way that those snakes were actually invisible security guards, working silently to protect their homes for free, and they had fired them. Beyond property damage, imagine the health risk. Rodents are notorious carriers of deadly diseases. This isn't a new discovery. There is a famous account from the era of the great scholar Avicenna, or Ibn Sina. During a massive outbreak of the plague, Avicenna realized that rats were the super spreaders. His medical advice was radical. He told people to actively bring snakes, venomous or not, into their towns to hunt the rats. And it worked. The snakes drove the rat population down, the plague subsided, and thousands of lives were saved. The snake wasn't the villain, it was the cure. Now, don't get me wrong, rodents have a role in nature too. We could do a whole episode on that. But when they breed unchecked, it is a disaster. Snakes are the only thing standing between us and a rodent apocalypse. But it is not just about what snakes eat, it is about who eats them. In their role as prey, snakes are basically protein bars for the wild. They are a crucial food source for huge birds of prey like hawks and eagles. They are also lunch for mammals like raccoons, foxes, and coyotes. And here is the most metal part of nature. Snakes eat other snakes. You have species like the king cobra or the king snake that specialize in hunting and devouring other snakes. It is a brutal, self-regulating system that keeps everything in perfect balance. Now, let's talk about the scary part, venom. The immediate instinct is to think there is no way poison is useful. It kills. That is the rule. But here is the plot twist. Snake venom isn't just one simple poison. It is a complex chemical cocktail made of dozens of different compounds. While the snake uses it to digest lunch, scientists have found that if you isolate specific proteins and peptides from that deadly mix, you get life-saving medicine. It is ironic, right? The very thing designed to kill you can actually save you. Snake venom contains at least 20 different distinct compounds. Some African vipers, for example, have venom that is now being used to research and create treatments for tumors. Other snake venoms contain components that act as powerful anticoagulants, basically blood thinners that are used to treat high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. We are even looking at treatments for Alzheimer's and severe pain relief. Some compounds are helping fight diabetes, and others are used in antibiotics. Believe it or not, snake venom is even used in the beauty industry for anti-aging creams to keep skin looking young. One of the most critical uses is creating antivenom. We essentially milk the snakes to create the very cure that saves children and adults in remote areas from snake bites. It is a process of turning the danger into the defense. Finally, let me tell you that not all snakes are out to get you. Out of the 2,800 species discovered worldwide, only about 10% are actually venomous. The vast majority are completely harmless to humans. So, despite the fear that grips us when we see that slithering motion, we have to appreciate the massive service they provide. We have to realize that the Creator is wise, and nothing is created in vain, even if the wisdom behind it is hidden from us at first glance. That is it for today. Don't forget, if you have a question that keeps you up in the middle of the night and drives you crazy, write it down in the comments below the video so we can answer it. Most of the episodes we are making right now are coming straight from your comments.